Hi friends, today to put Remus Lupin from the Harry Potter series into the spotlight. Remus Lupin is a werewolf, a member of the Marauders group, and becomes one of Harry's mentors at Hogwarts.
Here, eat this. It'll help. It's all right, it's chocolate.
The name Remus comes from the legend of the building of Rome. Two brothers, Romulus and Remus, were raised together by a wolf. As adults, they built a beautiful city and then fought to the death over who would get to name it and rule it. Romulus won and named the city after himself, Rome. The legend obviously ties in really well with this character. As I mentioned, Lupin was a werewolf, but he also fought in a world-changing battle where he ultimately died.
And Remus, your son.
Others will tell him what his mother and father died for.
Interestingly, the fight between Romulus and Remus reminds of the fight Remus Lupin has within himself between his werewolf side and his human side. Additionally, Romulus is the nickname that Remus uses during his time on the Potterwatch radio channel. His surname Lupin comes from the Latin word lupus, which means wolf. Obviously, this is a huge tie-in to the fact that he is a werewolf. Lupin's wand is 10¼ inches long, is made of cypress wood, and has a unicorn hair core. Wands made of cypress wood tend to prefer wizards and witches that come from a noble descent. These wands are attracted to those who will die a heroic death, meaning the wizards and witches are often bold, brave, and self-sacrificing. The owners of these wands also tend to face their own and other people's shadows and dark sides.
What frightens you most of all?
Professor Snape.
Sorry?
Professor Snape.
Professor Snape. Frightens all.
We know that Lupin has to do this with his dark side, his werewolf side. Wands with a unicorn hair core are capable of the most consistent magic and are the most loyal wands. They're also the most difficult to turn to the dark arts. However, these wands are not the most powerful wands and tend to become melancholy if they're seriously mishandled. Lupin's Patronus is, unsurprisingly, a wolf. His Patronus is never actually shown in either the books or the movies. We only know about it because J.K. Rowling wrote an article about it on Pottermore. Wizards and witches with a wolf Patronus normally have a dark, mysterious, and strong soul. They tend to mask their emotions, but have a big heart and are very loving if they're willing to open themselves up to people.
Just remember, Fleur, Bill takes his stakes on the raw side now.
My husband, the Joker.
The main differences in Lupin's character between the books and the movies is the fact that his scenes are greatly cut after the Prisoner of Azkaban movie. For example, in the 6th movie, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, all of Lupin's conversations about his hesitation to start a relationship with Tonks are completely removed. In fact, in the movie, they're seen as already being together from the start.
It was delicious, Molly, really.
Are you sure you won't stay?
No, we should go. The first night of the cycle's always the worst.
This is extremely different from in the books, where, as I mentioned, Lupin is very hesitant to start a relationship with Tonks. Another very important set of scenes that are completely cut from the movie is where Lupin shows that he is worried about becoming a father. We see these scenes in the last book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. However, they don't show up in either of the last 2 movies. These scenes are extremely important. They give us a huge insight as to how Lupin views himself. Not only are these scenes cut, but other scenes are cut too. Scenes where he has disagreements and arguments and even alienates himself from his loved ones, all of which are extremely important, do not show up in the movies. These cutscenes really disappointed David Thewlis, who played Remus Lupin. Initially though, Thewlis had actually auditioned for the role of Professor Quirrell.
Turn around in the dungeon! Thought you ought to know.
Though he didn't get the role of Professor Quirrell, he was extremely happy to be given a more important and even bigger role in Remus Lupin. In an early version of the story, Remus and Tonks weren't actually going to die at the end of the series. In fact, Arthur Weasley was supposed to die somewhere between the 5th and the last book. However, when J.K. Rowling decided not to kill off Arthur Weasley, she decided she had to replace his death with a different character's death. And instead of just killing one other character, she decided to kill a couple. This is how we ended up with Remus and Tonks both dying during the Battle of Hogwarts. Speaking of deaths, which death do you think is the most tragic in this series? Please tell me in the comment section down below. And until next time, happy bubbles! Thanks so much for watching this video, and thank you to my Patreon bubblers for supporting the channel. If you want to see all of the other Harry Potter character spotlights I've already done, you can click on the box on the left, or you can click on the box on the right to watch a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you would enjoy. Thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell.